Hi, and welcome to this edition of Flashbacks and Fun Facts. Today we'll be diving into the exciting world of the Thunderbirds, that iconic 1960s TV series featuring daring rescues, futuristic tech, and unforgettable characters. But first, cue my version of the opening. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, not as good as the Thunderbirds' original opening, but I did do it with models and backgrounds, trying to stay true to the pre-CGI time frame of the 1960s. Now, at the heart of the Thunderbirds was a secret organization called International Rescue. And the creators, Gerry and Sylvia Anderson, actually were inspired by a real-life rescue of German miners that took place in 1963. So who is International Rescue? Well, it's primarily the Tracy family, Father Jeff and sons Scott, Virgil, Alan, Gordon, and John. And if those names seem familiar to you, they should, because they are the names of some of the original astronauts. I mean, it was the 1960s and the space race was in full swing. We have Scott, Virgil, and Alan here, and they are actually talking. FAB. Figures, also members of the team. Brain, the engineer, so think like Q from the James Bond franchise. And adding some poise and elegance to the team was the sultry Lady Penelope, the secret agent, and her driver Parker, who cruised around in their tricked out pink limousine complete with machine guns and smoke screens called FAB-1. All right, Jeff, FAB. Now, that term FAB was used a lot in the show, and to this day, people still debate whether or not it was short for fabulous, whether it was an acronym that stood for something else, or whether it was just a way to say, Roger, affirmative. We'll never know. And of course, what group of good guys wouldn't be complete without an arch enemy, the Hood?
International rescue will be destroyed.
Now, the TV show didn't use live actors and it wasn't animated. It uses a technique called Supermarionation. Yep, marionettes, puppets. And those puppets were about twice as tall as these action figures here. Pretty amazing tech for the time. They could do facial expressions, their lips moved in sync with the dialogue, but that meant that all those mechanisms inside the head made the heads a little bit disproportionately big to the rest of the body. Another challenge was getting them to walk naturally. So in most of the scenes, you will see the characters standing, sitting, or very limited movement inside a vehicle. An international rescue operated from a secret base somewhere in the South Pacific called Tracy Island. Now, we can't go there and visit, but we can take a tour of the Tracy Island playset, and we'll talk about the amazing vehicles the Thunderbirds used. The control room had two-way video screens.
International Rescue, Lady Penelope speaking.
There was a retractable pool where Scott Tracy's Thunderbird 1, the rocket-powered hypersonic plane, launched from. A hangar where Virgil's Thunderbird 2, the cargo transport, was kept. Its multiple payload pods housed, and where it could move into launch position. The hole in the top of the roundhouse from where Alan blasted off in Thunderbird 3, my personal favorite. Thunderbird 4, the submarine, piloted by Gordon, could launch from a cave or be transported to the rescue site by Thunderbird 2. And higher overhead in Thunderbird 5, the space station, where John could help direct the team. Now, the show only ran for 2 seasons, 65 and 66, one season of 26 episodes, and the second season cut short at 6. Now, they were an hour long, which is kind of long for a kid's show at the time. So it's amazing with that limited run just how popular this show became. Since its inception in 65, it's been seen in more than 66 different countries around the world. It's inspired live action movies, radio dramas, and even a few other Supermarionation films. It also generated merchandise like the action figures and the Tracy Island playset. Heck, they even had their own cereal. In fact, merchandise sales for the Thunderbirds wouldn't be surpassed until this other movie you may have heard of came out about a decade later called Star Wars. And creators Gerry and Sylvia Anderson would go on to give us some other Supermarionation things like Fireball XL5 and Captain Scarlet, and some actual shows with live human actors in them like UFO and the more popular Space 1999. So Thunderbirds is more than a TV show. It's a timeless adventure. You have memorable characters, amazing machines and technology, and daring rescues. What more could you ask for? And probably why it stood the test of time. So remember, no mission is too great when you've got international rescue on your side.
SAV, Scott.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Flashbacks and Fun Facts. Oh, hey. This doesn't belong here.